Hey gorgeous cosmic boss babes. Just going for a little bit of a break for a walk, and I felt really guided to come on and speak about the truth behind why our psychic abilities have been stolen. I realized in the past few days that I haven't been fully speaking this truth because I realized there was a little part of me that was still afraid to come out and speak against the big boys, so to speak. But after doing a beautiful channeling the other day, I realized that now is time to come out completely non-edited, completely not hiding anything, completely not trying to trigger people, okay? This is going to trigger people. So I realized that that is a part of my service to humanity, is to trigger people so that they can grow and evolve into the best versions of themselves, right? So now this is going to go deep really quickly, so just brace yourselves. The real reason that our psychic abilities have been stolen from us is because of the banks, okay? Now, some of you may not know what I mean about that, so I am going to explain it a little bit further. Basically, if you think about it, we think about ancient Egypt, we think about Atlantis and Lemuria, and obviously at some point in time, this planet was very in touch with its psychic abilities. Everyone on this planet was extremely psychic, extremely amazing healers, in touch with the crystals and the animals and nature. So what happened? What happened to pull us so far apart from our divinity to the point where we're now struggling like slaves here on earth to make ends meet? We're hustling to survive, and even the richest of people still find themselves in hustle mode because they've got to save face, they've got to keep their money, right? They've got to keep making their money. So what happened to pull us so far apart from our divinity to the point where there is so much starvation and hunger and homelessness and violence and war and liars, right? It was when the banking system came into effect. And to be honest, this was around the same time in Jesus's final days, the banking system started to come into place. And he very much spoke out against the banking system because he did not believe in the concept of money. He did not want people paying money, having to go to jobs to survive. That's up to you if you want to believe that or not. That is what has come to me in my channelings and my experience in my life. And so when the banking system came into effect, we had to go and get jobs. We had to make money to pay bills. We had to make money to survive. So when that happened, there was so much pressure on survival, so much pressure put on us to remove ourselves from our joy and go and do shit we didn't want to do to make the money in order to pay the bills we needed to pay in order to live. Now, who enjoys doing that? Who enjoys working in jobs they hate to pay their bills in order to survive and rarely have free time? If you're lucky, get 4 weeks of annual leave a year, right? If you're working in a job. If you're in a business, most people don't even give themselves holidays throughout the year. So, as much as I'm all for making money, the reason I'm for making money and helping women make money is so that they can break free of those constraints. If you're an entrepreneur in your own business, you're already breaking down those systems. Can you imagine if this whole planet was back to its psychic state? There would be no hunger, there would be no violence, there would be no war. There would be no people that had dominance over us, because we would each be sovereign beings holding space for our own power and we would know the answers to every question we seek the answer to, because we know that the answers are all inside us, right? So this planet would seriously be in a bliss state of heaven here on earth. And that's my big reason why. That's my big reason why, to help people come back home to their divinity, make great money in their businesses through coming back home to their divinity, not being even more removed from it. Because when we make great money in doing our light work, we're shifting the planet. We're shifting the planet with each person we serve. And we're making great money so that we can continuously rise and change the planet, so that we can reform it and heal it and transmute it and bring it into a place that is loving and accepting and nurturing and peaceful, right? And powerful. We won't need to be governed. We won't need to be told what to do. We won't need to hustle in our businesses. We won't need to hustle in jobs to pay bills, right? Can you imagine if everyone was connected to their psychic powers, the technology that we would have? It would transcend anything we experience here today. So this is so much deeper than just making great money in our businesses. This is about bringing the planet back into its universal truth, bringing our species back into its universal truth. This is about reuniting ourselves with our eternal cosmic power. The cosmic power we all have, we've just forgotten that we have, because we've been so busy chasing the money, chasing survival. We've been so stuck down in our root and sacral chakras that so many of us have forgotten about our upper chakras and how to actually use them and what they're for. So with the overbalancing of our root and sacral chakras, we've just been grinding away in this 3D world, forgetting about the universe as a whole, feeling like our whole world is contained in the small bubble of making money to live. And the truth of the matter is the universe is so much more bigger and brighter and brilliant than that. And when we come back into our divinity, we remember that truth. We remember our power. We remember we are more than human. We are so much more than human. So much more. You are an eternal cosmic being that can live, that lives forever, right? You're just here as a human, temporarily, temporarily to help be a part of this change here on earth. And when you can remember your power, shift back into your truth, every human experience, including making money, becomes so much easier, because you remember you are not alone. You remember you are here for big things, and you remember your true power. All of the 3D human worries and stresses fall away, because your consciousness is spent thinking about the big picture. Not just the big picture of this planet, but the big picture of the universe. You may feel really small, but you have huge potential to make huge change. Even if you don't believe it, I see it. We're all here to make big change, no matter how little we feel. So, reclaiming your psychic powers is about fighting back, but fighting back from a place of peace and love, not fighting back with war, not fighting back with like angry protests and stuff like that. It is sad that we have gotten to the point of needing to angrily protest to be heard. But that doesn't seem to get us very far, in my opinion anyway. So reclaiming our divinity, going inwards, reclaiming our power, our psychic power, is our form of stepping into our pure joy, and in the process, breaking down the systems that rule and control us and keep us trapped. That keep us from fully expressing our true power. They don't have to control you and constrain you any longer. So post in the comments what you've taken from this, because this is really quite deep, powerful, trigger alert stuff. But I really just wanted to share with you my deepest why, my deepest message that I've brought down from my spirit team and star family about why it is so fucking important that we reclaim this power and live in alignment with our truth and create our own heaven here on earth. So if you're really ready to start this process, just click the link above and book in for a chat with me, because I'd really love to hold space for you to come back into full remembrance of your truth, of who you really are and the power you possess. So much love and light. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah.